Hey guys, hope you're all good. We're here today with Straight for the Sun, Callum and Tom. I've been friends with these guys for many, many years now. We've worked together on previous releases, and it'd be wicked to have a good catch up, man. So how have you guys been, man?
Been all good, dude. Been all good. Been a bit busy this year, right?
Busy couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, we saw each other last Friday, I think it was, with Ahmed Saint and Tail Gunner.
That was the one,
Wicked show, really good fun, and you guys absolutely smashed it, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, dude.
Means a lot.
It was a really fun show for us, to be fair. We had a Bloodstock the week before, and then again following on 5 days later to support Tailgun and Ahmed Saint. So been an awesome couple of weeks for us.
Sure.
Just really cool one, real cool people, real cool shows.
Yeah, we felt like rock stars this week for sure.
How was Bloodstock, man? I mean, it's every band's dream to go on and play festivals like that. I know we talked about it way back in the day, and it was really good to actually see you guys on that poster on the festival that we all spent many, many hours talking about and like dreaming about. How was it to actually be on that stage, man?
It was like it was just something you've worked towards for so long, and it's finally there. It just feels like you achieved a milestone, right?
Without
it's like
doubt,
something it was something that seemed so like unattainable to us at a time, and then just in the space of 6 months, it's gone from we don't think about it to you're actually doing it. That's really cool feeling, man. It's a really, really cool feeling.
And it's really cool seeing you guys, back on the scene. You're back out gigging hard. You're releasing new music, and you're doing some really fucking cool things, man. Do you know what I mean? It's doing some cool places.
We try.
Appreciate it. But it's a bit of a weird one. I think, like pretty much every band on the scene, lockdown hit us, and I mean, when we stopped talking about it, right? But lockdown hit us and it killed everyone, right?
Yeah,
killed everyone. And then I think we were in our own heads for quite a while. Don't get me wrong, last year, so 2023, we did a fair bit of showing still.
Yeah,
we were playing some cool shows still around the country, but we obviously hadn't released anything 2023, and we were kind of just in our own heads a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think having the new single release and the touring that we've done this year is just given a new lease of life to kind of Straight for the Sun.
Definitely, man. And I think from an outsider's point of view, it seems that way as well. Yeah,
it's cool.
I saw you guys pop out of nowhere, and it's like I say, really good to see you guys coming out with some really good quality stuff, man.
Hey, thank you, dude. Thank you, man.
So it's definitely paying off, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's such a wild experience because again we said quite a bit on social media that it's our first single in 3 years, and that was way too long.
It's quite impressive, boys. I mean, come on, we can talk better than this.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it kind of helped us make sure that what we released was something that we were really proud of and was really good, because that gives you pressure. You don't want your big comeback after 3 years to just be mediocre or just a flop, you know what I mean? So we spent a long time on this single getting it kind of just right, I
think there was about 12 versions of that song in the end.
Really?
So I was counting through the demos and listening back, and then listening to like the little adjustments, whether that's like lyrics, guitars.
Do you remember the big breakdown at the end that I fought for and lost?
Yeah, you lost that.
I really lost big time.
Sounds like a wicked program.
We'll show you the demo later. It was great.
There was so many sections that aren't even in that song now.
Yeah.
Of Come and Gone, and then we've maybe put in another song that you'll hear eventually. Oh, just things like that. But it's so weird how it evolved, listening from the first demo to where it is now, to even all the way up to the post-production kind of point.
Yeah.
How it evolved.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was a lot of pressure on us that we put on ourselves, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good thing, man, because at that stage, before it's released, the only pressure really is you guys, the people involved with the band.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think you've made absolutely the right choice. It hits hard. It's really well produced. It's well written. It's melodic as fuck, which is wicked, man. You got the program stuff in there, and I think it was definitely well worth that little bit of weight. And I think it's quite normal for a song to go through progressions.
Definitely.
Another song I'm working on at the moment, and I'm pretty sure I'm on like mix 8, mix 9, and it's been like you say, whole sections just completely dropped out, and something new is put in place. So it happens. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Oh, I remember back when we worked on Remember Me.
Yeah.
And we completely cleared that whole verse and rewrote a whole verse in the studio.
There was that one time, man, we were late in the studio, weren't we? And it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. What song was it with a stop?
With the stop.
It was Remember Me. It was literally, it was an accident. We were doing the last chorus. It was just a normal double chorus, and you stopped it at just the right moment.
Yeah.
And we all,
I'll keep that.
And
all I was doing was muting it out to fix something on the vocals, and you're like, "Whoa, man!
So
that's got to go in." And it's like, what?
It's awesome, but that's the kind of stuff that you only really get when you sit there and work on a song and play it and pause it. And,
I mean, how was the process for Pulling Teeth, man?
It was, well, like I said, it was really long. I think it started with the way it kind of works at the minute, because we try and do it a lot more at home, just for money reasons, really. It starts with, like, me and Paulie, a guitarist, we write the riffs. We go home, have a little home studio setup. So we'll do, like, the first half a song, or maybe a full song if we're feeling, particularly creative in that week. Throw it to the band. It gets a yay or nay. The excitement gets people to go, why don't you add this, why don't you add that? We'll meet up in the lockup and we'll, do it that way, and it kind of develops from there. So Pulling Teeth was basically that. I think it was Paulie's idea. It was his, I
think it was his riff first.
He had the riff actually was from...
Oh, it's from the one that we even wrote.
Yeah.
So, God, yes, the riff for that song was... something we nicknamed the heavy one at the time, or something like that.
It was a really slow one. You might remember it. It was really slow. Really? You might have the demo on your computer somewhere.
Probably will, but it's essentially half the speed of what it was now.
Right.
With completely different feel to the song. And I think at one point we just went, wait, what if we speed this up like hell?
Yeah.
Make it a really bouncy song, make it essentially a drum and bass metal song.
Okay, so Jamie got his way.
Finally, after all these years, like, not metal,
Won a argument. Okay.
Yeah.
The only one ever.
But it's good, man. I really like that stuff.
It was cool to add another element.
Yeah.
That only came really in the production side, when we sent it off for mixing, really, wasn't it?
It definitely, like, Jamie obviously had like drum and bass influenced drums just generally in his playing kind of to that riff, but we really pushed into that when George started taking it over. Was George who mixed it? Yeah. And when George started taking that over and kind of pushing production that way, it really highlighted like, that it kind of shone a light on it we never saw.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was really cool, kind of changed the whole feel of it.
Yeah. I think that's really cool, man. I mean, George's work especially, man, production on that is like, you can't argue with that.
Without a doubt.
It's why we wanted to try him out, for us.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't argue with the quality of the work that he puts out, and he absolutely delivered for us. Like,
definitely.
10 times, 100%, blew all of our expectation out the water. And I think we found it hard, and I know Paulie did especially, because we'd worked on so many demos of it, and then we worked on all the guitars and bass ourselves, and we'd done a few like production-y little bits ourselves, and especially Paulie, I give him his due, like really worked hard on it, kind of thing. So I think for him and us as a band to kind of then let that go to someone else and just be like, okay, right, here's time for your bit. It was. We knew it had to happen, but it was a bit difficult.
It's like handing over your child, man.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
You feel a bit protective of it in
Absolutely,
a way.
yeah.
It's a big thing being in the band in general. It's just getting married to your ideas, because you get so passionate about them. The idea that you might have got something that's not the best thing for the song, especially if it was your idea in the first place, can be hard to swallow. That's a tough lesson that we've had to learn being in the band.
We still learn every week.
We still grumble, but at the end of the day, I think we all know now that if someone says it's not great, it's not great. You just got to...
If four of the people are turning to be like, that ain't the one, okay, maybe I'm wrong on this one. You know what I mean? It's one of them. But
it's a hard one to tie that line between personal investment and the song, because you put so much blood, sweat and tears and time and effort and energy into creating this song, for it then to only be judged by everybody else in the world that isn't you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a tough pill to swallow, I think, for most bands. And again, the hard lesson, the other end, is being able to say, okay, that's enough. That's done now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's a really weird one.
100%.
And we also get stuck at that sometimes as well.
Oh, massively.
Yeah, just saying that we're happy with it. It can go to mixing and mastering. That took us a really long time.
We're so particular about just everything that we can be too much perfectionists at sometimes, but then we can overdo it. Like, there's been times where we've gone through like 5-6 different versions and then gone back to like maybe the first or second, because we're like, actually it didn't need all that. Like, we listened to the first version, we're like, actually that was sick. We just needed time to sit on that.
But again, I think that's natural, man. And something we learned while doing the EPs and things was being able to grow past what you guys do in a rehearsal room, to add layers, to add extra elements in, and you want to try out everything. What can work?
without
we got a didgeridoo, man. I mean,
We did the didgeridoo.
Do you know what I mean? And still, man, on my credits, that was my only credit for a didgeridoo, man. I'm like, fuck yeah.
You know what? Still to this day, I get people come up to me, whether it's at shows or like when they've listened to the record, and they'll be like, "Is that a didgeridoo?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hell yeah, it is, man."
Or they're like, "What's that didgeridoo song? That's really fucking good."
Yeah. That's like, it, man. It's always that didgeridoo metal song that you did. Oh, right, that one.
Yeah, that one. That's a cool. It's one of my favourite intros, though. Still,
yeah, for sure. It's something different.
It is, and that's what I kind of like about it. It's not just But yeah, now talking of the writing process, though, one thing about Pulling Teeth I do want to say is like some like lyrics. I think I definitely always struggle with anyway. Right. Like it's one of the things.
Rhyme zone, man. Like don't get me started on that, man.
But no, it's definitely always been something I struggle with. I feel much more comfortable with melody, so I had the melody for the chorus for so long, and then went through other versions and came back to this one.
Right.
Could not match up with lyrics at all. And
you still got your little book of lyrics.
It goes through book of lyrics, it goes through notes on the phone, it goes through everything. Just anything I can write on at the time.
You left it here for about 4 months.
I left my guitar here for like a year and a half. So
you did, yeah.
But it was so weird, even to the point where we were sitting in the room with all 5 of us, and sometimes we were struggling with it, and then we had it, and then it was like, I don't think it's strong enough, and then okay, well maybe this, but I had those first 2 opening lines to Pulling Teeth, that I flew too close to that I had for since day one of Pulling Teeth.
Yeah. That's
and I was so married to that idea, and I'm so happy that ended up going in.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is such a sick way to open it. I just need everything else now.
Yeah. It was the verse that was the hardest bit.
Oh my god, yeah, when you go into the heavy guitar riff.
Because we wanted a Slipknot style riff for the verse. That's kind of what we went for. But then how do you get not screaming vocals on the top of that?
That's true.
And that was... It took us months, man.
It's normally with lyrics, it's normally where we run into most of our walls, to be fair. It's like, and we all 5 of us, we love these heavy riffs.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes tricky to go, okay, well, how do we get cleans? Or at least raspy vocals over that?
Yeah.
But I think that's how good music's made, is it not? But it's easy enough to fall into like a formula, I guess. But being forced to look outside of the box and being like, okay, not this anymore. What else are we going to do?
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
It really brings out some fucking crazy ideas sometimes, and sometimes it's just absolutely fucking wicked.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It would be a lot of times really easy for us to just say, "I'll just put a screamy verse on it." That's easy, and don't think about it again. But it doesn't make it as interesting in our opinion, and that's kind of why we shy away from the screaming vocals a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love it, but
well, I think we all listen to it. To be fair, we all listen to screaming vocals and love that day to day. But I think Straight for the Sun is like an entity. We love the fact we can sit in such an open range of we can play with really heavy metal bands because we have that element of it, but we can also play. I mean, look at the lineup on the weekend. You get in. Old school heavy metal and like classic rock. Yeah. And we can sit in those lineups as well. Yeah. And we like the range of what we can sit in because of the clean vocals element. Yeah. Yeah. But we all love screaming in this band too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not something we do.
Yeah. I mean, Straight for the Sun for me has always been, Jamie brings the hip hop drum and bass bollocks into it. Yeah. Obviously you've got all the Lamb of God and Trivium stuff. Oz is Oz. Oz will always.
Oz does what Oz does.
Oz will always be my faivorite.
He said that to all individually at least once.
Yeah, man.
3. I love you, man.
Paulie's always been about his arpeggios and his fucking technical
He loves
stuff.
a good bit of theory, does our
he does, don't he?
He does.
Dorian, Fedorian, whatever you want to call it.
Many hours. I was like, dude, I like that, man. I was like, I don't care, man. It sounds good or it doesn't sound good. Yeah. And then you're fucking straight back in the 80s. Like,
without a doubt.
You really should have been at that Castle show the other day, man. You would have been like, my people.
Oh, dude, it looks so sick from all the footage I saw of it, from all the videos and everything. Without a doubt, man.
I was sat there, I was like, there's one person that would really, really enjoy this.
Bandanas everywhere.
Yeah, still got them, man.
Leather everywhere.
Yeah.
So how many extension cords did you need for that Castle show, dude? Because that must have been like...
Me, only one, man. But the plug was there. I just couldn't... My laptop charger was fucking massive, so I couldn't stick it in. And I was like, man, there's like 3 consoles here. So I was like, fuck this. But,
how did they get power out there and all that? I see what you mean, actually.
Just generators, right?
Yeah, they got generators right back.
Cool,
I assume. I didn't see any of this. It's not my department. We did.
It's not my problem.
I did one festival with Raz couple of months back, and I won't go into too much detail, but it was an absolute car crash of a festival.
I think I saw this on your story, and you had to like build the stage and stuff.
Front of house.
Oh, I remember
was just
that.
a case and a chair.
No.
I remember, yeah.
And anyway, it was not a massive production, but it was like, it was pretty big. Yeah, it cost the guy a fair chunk of money. And there was this massive JCB generator that this whatever had sorted. And the organization was that poor that they couldn't even get it through the gate onto the site.
No.
So they ran like another 200 meters of extension cable, which cost this guy 500 quid or something. God. But then this generator kept on breaking down, man. So Raz quickly became a generator
Did it
mechanic.
ever halfway through the show?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
No.
We had this really important guy who was related to the guy who was hosting the festival. He was playing with his band, which had Raz in it as well. And this whole festival just shut down straight away. Like all the lights, all the stage, all the food vendors, everything.
No, running that a lot on it.
And it was just me and Raz doing this production thing. So Raz was absolutely wicked. And then on the Sunday, Thursday, Friday was tragic. Friday, Saturday, sorry. On the Sunday, the mechanic finally come out for the generator, and then he was like, I can't turn it off. It might explode. And we were like, what the
Jesus
I mean, you
Christ.
can't turn it off.
So like,
Got a mind of its own by now.
oh man, at this point, like anything to do with power, I'll plug an extension lead in it if I have to, but anything past that, it's not my pay grade, mate. I don't want anything
This
to
ain't
do
my
with
problem
that.
now. Someone else can sort this.
Very understandable.
No, it's hard work, man. But yeah. So what have you guys got coming up there, man? What's the plan in the future? What can we expect to see?
We are definitely working on more music, but that's
Okay.
all we can
100%.
say.
We
about
can't say
that
any more for now.
right
but
now. Have we announced what's the next show we announced? It's Cambridge, right?
It's Cambridge. So so the ones we can talk about at the moment.
Yes.
It's the best way to put it.
Yeah,
is-
absolutely.
Strict NDA.
You have your manager on the phone after. Boys, no, it's been pulled. We've dropped you. Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
So we've got Cambridge with Space Pistol, who were after us at Bloodstock.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Yeah, I
they're
forgot
really
that
cool.
they-
In the
we
pink,
done-
in the
yeah.
pink tracksuits.
Yeah, they're
they
really
were
cool, guys.
man.
Tracksuits.
Not tracksuits, jumpsuits. There we go.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like
They were like
Slipknot,
full,
but pink.
full pink jumpsuits.
Nice, man.
Yeah, man. But they're really cool guys anyway, and we're playing with them at 6 in Cambridge.
Okay, cool, man.
We
That's
then
a pretty
got
cool venue as well.
Nottingham, London, Whitehaven, Edinburgh, Newcastle. Kind
Right.
of very end of September, start of October.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all we can say for now. We're not done for the year,
Right.
but that's all we can say for now.
Is that with the same band or is that something else?
Nah, so Space Pistol is going to be a one-off. So it's a weird story about those guys. That was the tour that never happened.
Right.
So I can't even remember why now. We had a tour booked with them, and all the shows were booked, and for some reason that got pulled. And you know what? I can't remember for the life of me. So it's a pretty ass story now. But I can give you no context whatsoever
Yeah.
to why it was.
I mean, I'm
because-
sat here looking for content, mate, and that's going to make a really bad reel. I can't really remember, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this story's pretty pointless. But no, it was the tour that never was, basically.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember. But yeah,
pretty
no,
cool,
we aren't done with showing for the rest of the year, but that's all we can say for now. There, might be some more stuff announced.
That's pretty cool, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
So we're going to see you on the road. We got some new music,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
and hopefully things will keep on shooting up. And
I hope so too.
main stage Bloodstock next time. That's what we
Main
need.
stage. Oh, yeah. No, I'll tell you what. We'll skip the Sophie stage. We'll just go straight to
Yeah,
main.
man.
That's
I
simple.
mean, you
Why
don't
not?
do things by half ounces. So
100%, man.
let's do it, man.
Why not?
Main stage download next. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work on that. Maybe the year after.
A few more releases. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Aerosmith have gone like.
Yeah, exactly. I know
There's
this.
a gap for us, right? There's
Yeah.
a gap.
I want the Sunday headline, not like a Saturday
Yeah,
headline. So
I mean-
it will be alright.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, man, where can people find you, dude? Where are you guys
Everywhere,
at?
man. Facebook, Instagram. We got a TikTok now.
We
That's
do
the
have a
thing.
TikTok now.
All the streaming services, YouTube. Find it.
YouTube.
If you can find it, we are there.
Yeah, man.
Bandcamp if you want merch too.
Okay, there you go, man.
I keep forgetting that bit. We do have much.
So you can get all the merch on Bandcamp.
Yeah, so we've got all that's available on there now. We are going to do a restock soon. We're going to do some new designs. Don't know if it will be out by the time this podcast is out or not, but we are looking at kind of a pull and teeth design as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the artwork of the angel on that. So that'd be really cool. We're
These are going to be at shows as well?
100%. So any show that we're at, you'll always be able to come and find us, grab merch from us, anything like that.
Cool, man.
But always online if you missed the show, anywhere like that, you can find us. And obviously streaming platforms, pretty much everywhere on the internet.
Nice one, man. Well, cheers for coming along, guys.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it, man.
Go stream Pulling Teeth. Go share it on
Go stream
social
Pulling
media.
Teeth, man.
Go check these guys at a show. Go buy their merch. Support them. They're real cool guys. And this guy needs a new hat.
I need a hat.
Yeah, well,
We need a hat.
I just need a hat.
Old age, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a couple new guests coming up over the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes out on the socials. And we'll see you guys soon.
Oh yeah, see you in a bit.
Bye.